What is up, kids? I hope everybody can hear me. My throat's a little bit scratchy. I've got myself small, the way I like it. Got some knives out there. Palmer, what is up, channel member? Crazy Roach. You got my email when you came in, buddy? It was sitting up there posted for you. I'll throw it to you here in a bit. Just shoot me an email, kniveslive2021@gmail.com. Just with your mail address, dude, and I'll get you hooked up. Robert Douglas, what is up? Demon Eye, channel member, what is up? Fook Doozle, channel member, what is up? My man, Colby, what is up? Channel member, Robert Douglas. We got Marco in here, channel member. We got Acid Test Kids, and he doesn't look like he's a mod. So let me go in here real quick. Trying to get too sidetracked. Acid Test Kids is a mod. He's a trusted, many year long buddy of mine. Let's see who else we got in here. Robert Douglas, what is up, buddy? You don't look like you're a mod either. Hold on. Now again, guys, you know what happened when Doom had some issues in his chat, and I panicked and took it away from a lot of people just because I'd given them out to everybody, only because I don't ever want anybody to get bullied. And I know it's not getting bullied because Shane's rite of passage is to put you in timeout. And I get it. And a lot of you guys get it. But they're also sensitive people that come around the community that hang out that might feel ostracized, right? Paul Mills, channel member, and my brother from another mother. What is up, buddy? Palmer Conley, young man, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Kathleen Smith, how are you, young lady? Good to see you. Who else we got in here? I know MC was still kind of going, and we got B's Pizza Operator, the man, the myth, the legend himself, and a channel member. Thank you, buddy. And guys, I will never, ever come out and ask for memberships or donations, but don't let that minimize how humbled and appreciated it is, and how much it does help the channel with shipping, with stuff, just miscellaneous stuff, right? I mean, it blows me away that people watch the channel, and that the fact that some of you are able to be members, I do appreciate it. I should talk it up more. I should, I did a video on that about 3 months ago because I'd been questioned about a lot of different things, why I don't do milestone giveaways. And in all truth, it's because I don't want to bribe people to subscribe to the channel. I give giveaways anyway. I don't always publicize them, but it's just something I do. It's something I liked when I was starting out in the community, which is only a couple years ago. And it's just not something I publicize. So know that, yeah. Robert Douglas, that will not be for long. If I can find a chat from you, there you are. Boom, boom. Robert Douglas, my friend, you are a moderator. It says all I can do is remove you as a moderator. So see if you can drop a link. I don't see your wrench either, but when I go to add you, the only choice is to remove it. So see if you can drop a link. Just for a testing. And then I'll go in and I'll try something else. Jim Miller, what's up, buddy? I just went past you and I see JD for EDC. Gifted a Javine's Knife membership. JD, thank you, brother. You did not have to do that. Let me see who, but I do definitely appreciate it. And let's see who is the beneficiary of that, because you will be eligible for something I'm going to pull. Jeff Hamilton, brother Jeff Hamilton, you are now an honorary 30-day member of Javon's Knife Flicks, which means you are eligible for all member giveaways. And guys, because I have it happen to me sometimes. Let's say it's the 15th of your month and you get an email that says your YouTube membership didn't go through on your card or whatever. Your membership is going to be good through the end of that month, whether it goes through or not. So it happens to everybody where cards get lost, they get changed, whatever. Don't think because if it's the 14th or 15th and you lose your membership that you're not eligible for the same member privileges for the rest of that month. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a lot of member privileges. That's why the only thing so far I could think to do a value, and I will bring more value as I develop what I can do with get better at sharpening and come up with some stuff that I can do for content, because I do struggle to come up with content, as I'm sure you guys can tell if you struggle through any of my videos. But you know, I really want to just kind of continue to connect with you guys, with other creators. JD for EDCs, a channel that I've been going to a lot, and I know you guys know JD, but I would love to maybe talk about one Saturday night when we're not doing Off the Edge or Lefty's Busy, that maybe get JD and maybe get Duty and maybe get Knife Dope, people that aren't normally in our circle, because what I'd like to personally grow before Blade Show, if I can go, which I'm sure I will, I'll figure a way, but is to kind of grow our little immediate community with like-minded people. Dude, thank you, Palmer. Palmer, you didn't have to do that, buddy, but that's so appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me go. I was going to highlight it, and then I'm on the wrong chat. And I never saw. Space Ghost is a new member. Thank you, buddy. I did not see if we were able to post a link. Thank you, Palmer. It's hardcore when you've got ADHD and you drink too much coffee to try to go between the YouTube app and StreamYard. And I think I need to talk to JD for EDC about that too. I think he streams through YouTube. And I did a test stream through YouTube last night about 2 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't really understand the controls as much, but I was getting audio, I was getting video. I recorded a successful, I don't know if I could have interviewed somebody, or not interviewed, but had a guest. And we will have some cool guests coming up. There's a guy who I have met through my buddy Lord Needham, who was nice enough to, when we were trading knives back and forth to check out, he sent me this little carry development knife. Jim Miller gifted 5 memberships. Jim, thank you, buddy. Jim gifted JD for EDC got a membership. Knives Are Life was gifted a membership. Ground Fog was gifted a membership. And Brother Mimo was gifted a membership. And our man Robert Douglas was gifted a membership, all because of Brother Jim Miller, who has also been responsible for the last week's giveaways. I do have a cool secret member giveaway that what we're going to do is we're going to pull the member list, because I never want people to feel like they have to be here to win. When we do random giveaways, yeah, because that's kind of like a giveaway for everybody. And I might have one of those too. You never know. But when we do member giveaways, I never want, I feel like I can tell because I know how many members in a week we have versus how many comments we get. And I know some people don't see the videos. Some people don't leave the comment. They don't feel comfortable doing it. I was that guy. So I think by pulling a name from one of our members randomly and doing it live is a good way to do it, because I think it's truly random. And then I'll reach out, even though it took me a week to get Crazy Roach. I always plan to put it in the community tab, but I won't even tell you about chasing my dad around last week with dementia. But this knife is a carry development. I knew nothing about him. This is a younger guy who's making, we all see a lot of these small EDC fixed blades, which is really my jam. And he makes a couple of little models, and I find it extremely comfortable, extremely slicey. And I've invited him to come on because he's, I want to say, Chris, what's up, brother, channel member? I want to say he is in Kentucky, but I'm probably 18 states away. American maker, small batch maker, and just doing cool stuff. Like Aries EDC is doing cool stuff. Maddie's sending me one of his knives to check out. And then I don't know if you guys can see the cat up at the top, or the cat that was on my poster. What I do, just so you guys know, is I've got an app. Grateful Panic told me 2 apps I needed to run my YouTube channel, and that's all I use, plus iMovie. One's Canva. I use that to make thumbnails. And the other's Bizarre. And this cat, or the cats in my poster, Bizarre's got a feature where you can go to AI. And I can say, paint, or I would draw an angry, a pissed off cat looking like it's about to strike. And it'll draw, AI will draw like 8 different cats. And that's my gig, right? Cats. So then you can go in and you can say, no, I want it to be by Pablo Picasso style or Monet, or I want it realistic. You can fuck with it, right? So I'll get some like 4 cool cats, and then I'll go and I'll take a picture of one of my knives against one of my Devo rags, which is what I call my mini green screen. And then I use the same app, Bizarre, to tap the background out. And then I go stick it in the groundhog, if it's a Metal Mondays light, or in the cat's hand, so it looks like he's holding a real knife, even though it doesn't look like he's holding a knife. But today, this is a Marlboro's, or Marlboro, and it's not like the cigarettes, it's like burro, like a burro. But Marlboro Little Prick, and they're called Marlboro Handcrafted. We'll go to their Instagram here in a little bit. But he saw my knife poster. I didn't tag him in it. I probably should have. But he saw my Knives Friday Night Flicks poster, and he commented, I recognize that little prick, which I thought was funny. And I was like, there's nothing worse than an angry cat with an angry little prick. But this is a great little knife. Super slicey. I'm waiting for him to get back on with me to tell me what the blade steel is before I do the review on it. But I put it through some use, and it is like Mondo thin. And I could put an ulti clip on it, because when we play what you're carrying. But I mean, guys, it just, it will hack through shit. It's a great little knife. It's a 3-finger knife, right? I'm not the big fixed blade guy. I love, and one of my favorite creators to watch, because I'm a fixed blade geek, is Stasa. And he and I like a lot of the same knives, and we actually own a lot of the same knives. But I think he prefers a little bit larger carry, where he's looking for a primary replacement. And I don't say that he's not carrying a primary too, but he's looking for a knife, I think, from his videos when he describes it, that will kind of do everything he needs it to do. When I carry an EDC fixed blade like today, I'm carrying my primary is my Voodoo with my, I just double clutched it, with my carbon fiber scales. And then in my back pocket, I've just got this little Savant Simpleton in 3V. This is just a little pokey, stabby, slicey, cutty, hard use, but miniature little fixed blade. So if I get a package in and it's not a knife unboxing and I'm not using my knife unboxing knife, a lot of times if it's an Amazon package, I will draw my fixed blade quicker and more, I guess, by habit than I will my folder. I don't know if it's because I don't want to smuts up my folder. I don't know what that is. And then I'm carrying a weird fixed blade, or I wouldn't call it a slip joint. I'll call it a modern traditional. One of the best that I got early in the game, and I still think it's one of the best. And this is a little Tucson double detent. Doesn't have a clip. I carry it in this little slip. But it does have a flicker. Not that it's designed to have a flicker, because it also has this front. So it's a slit joint in terms of it's not locking right. It's a double detent, so it's actually less than a slit joint. But it's super, super slicey. I actually picked up another one from the same designer. I think I've shown you guys this, but some of y'all might be new and might not remember. But this is the same designer. You can tell because of the screws. And I actually like the look of this one better. This one's S90V. This one's M390. Both are carbon fiber. These were $82 from White Mountain Knives. But if you notice, on the little S90V one, the tab doesn't come back as far. For you average size people, that's not a problem. But for me, I can't get my finger, because I don't have a clip. It's really hard for me to get my finger up there to get it to actuate that way. I can do it. And I can, of course, well, I say that, I can front flip it. But this little blade, S90V, super, super thin, super, super light. And both of these are, I don't know if y'all know the maker's mark, because I don't remember this maker's mark. But see if y'all can see that little X. See that little X that looks like an Alabama flag? I'll show it to you on the other one too. That's the maker's mark of these two Tucsons. But just great values, great little slicers. It was when I was getting into quote unquote non-locking knives, I guess, for lack of a better term. And I do dig them. But what I'm going to do is get back over to the chat, and I'm going to find out what you kids carried. And then we'll talk about a few things that have been on my mind. Let's get up here. Matisfaction, what is up, buddy? Marisol, what is up, channel member? Good to see you guys. Maddie, you got to keep me on time, because I know this is something I meant to ask you, but I didn't message you in time because I got sidetracked. So I know we always go through a weird said faction changes time because y'all don't observe time changes. And I forget if it only affects us when we fall back or when we go forward. The only reason I ask is I don't want to end super early if you're going live an hour later. But what time, Pacific time, Stevie time, are y'all going live? Are you going live at 9:15? Mirsal, I take that as an absolute compliment. You hug that woman. She's a good one. Tell her I approve. Time change is painful. I don't think it necessarily needs to happen anymore, but I'm curious because Mattisfactions, he's the one, they're out there rocking the boat. I'm curious what time, Pacific time, Steadfaction goes live tonight. All right, Stevie's set for 10:10 Pacific time now. This is something to all learn from, guys. Phoenix is setting it up, which is 3.5 hours from now. That's good to know because I think, Maddie, if I'm not wrong, and I probably am, but that gives me, not that I need it, it gives us more time to break between shows, but that gives me a little more time. Not that I was looking for it, but where we're not that back to back, where people can go do their biz, get their stuff done. Demonox got the 18.5, 3.5 inch Spanto and the Mordax. Demonox, I have both those within arm's length. And I did a video the other day, I forget what it was about, but it had something to do with flippers or button locks. And the Mordax and the Malibu, even though the Malibu was hyped before I got in the community. What's up, Autumn Wind? Autumn Wind, I need you to reach out to me too. I think you were the other winner last week. Hold on. Knives Live 2021. Autumn Wind, I will check it against my records, but send me your mailing address. I think I've got it, but I want to verify because people move. I'm going to pin this right here. But what was I saying, guys? I was rambling about something that was important to me, but it meant absolutely not shit. Jim Miller's carrying the Hogue Deca, which is a banger, one of the best value American knives. K Sidebuster Jr., the Kubi Tempest, Dust Devil Fixie. Ooh, I want to see that. And flipping his new titanium Asher Spiro. I've got a disassembly coming tomorrow afternoon. It was going to go today. And I picked up, it was a fluke because I talked to, is it Justin or Austin? I talked to Asher after I bought it. And he didn't even know that this dealer sold it. It was the dealer that sold me the Strider PT207 by ProTech. Never heard of them before, but they gave me such good customer service, I wanted to buy something else. So I went back and I saw an Asher Spiro G10 with the deployment hole, 20 CV. I bought it. So now I've got I've given a lot of them away, but I've got the full tie thumb studs in M390. Or is it S35? I think it might be S35. Then I've got my favorite, which I call the cheap man's Rosie. And I don't mean cheap isn't a bad thing. I think it's just a fantastic knife. The Holy Spiro in full top. And then the G10 one's fantastic. So my story is I did a breakdown on the Asher and it came apart great. I didn't have the right size bearing. So I basically just had to lube up the bearings that were in there and put it back together. But I'm thinking, and let's do this real quick. Let's go to the compatibility chart. And I know y'all don't care about skiff. And guys, if you ever use my code or if you ever buy skiff bearings, I'm always totally transparent. I do not get anything from skiff, nor do I want anything. When I work with, the only manufacturers you'll see me working with or knife companies are companies I use anyway. And typically I will go to them and say, I'm not in it for an affiliate link. Amazon was different because they don't have discounts. You've got these two companies that I'm aware of so far, Share Sale and what's the other one called? The one that I do Devo and TKL with, Shopify, which some of them do give you a small percentage, some of them don't. But the reason I bring skiffs up is I get nothing from Steve. I just know that they make some of the baddest ass custom knives. They make knife tools, jigs, things like that I would never use or need, but they look very, very nice. And they make the best bearings in the game. I'm convinced. I've put them in almost everything. But what I was going to look at here is if we go to our Asher, which I've gone way the F past. All right. So if we go to Asher knives. All right. G10 carbon fiber, 6mm, 1/16, 13. So I would guess that the titanium, if you ever wanted to do the skiff thing, would work. What I'll always recommend people do, this is the best tool. I didn't know how it worked at first. I saw it on Lefty's channel, didn't know how it worked until I got one. I think if you get the regular stainless, it's like $11.99. But basically, I don't know if y'all seen any of my videos. Probably not. Nobody watches my videos. I can't get a like to save my life, but that's all right. Basically, what you do is you take the bearing out of your knife that you're taking apart, and then you slide it through these slots. What you're trying to accomplish here is it probably won't slide through the 3/64, but it'll probably pass freely through the 1/16. Or it may not pass through the 1/16. I haven't seen this, but it may pass through the 2mm. That tells you your height's 2mm. And then you take your pivot out of your knife, or you take this and set it over your pivot, and you find out, do I have a 6mm pivot? Do I have a 1/4 inch pivot, i.e. hinderer, or hinderer might be 3/16. 5mm, 5mm, 3/16 are probably going to be your two most common. So then you know you need a 1/16 by 5mm. So you can buy a bearing that way by going, and look at all these different tools that I don't know what they do. These are, Kyle Coonley could tell us about some of this stuff. But I ordered one of these. Too expensive, but it's aluminum. It's pretty cool. I liked it. These little guys are fantastic. You can get them in aluminum. You can get them in for $6, which are just as good. They're little finger bit drivers, right? So if you've got floating pivot, you pop it in one end and you use that to hold it. But I don't know what all these clamps and stuff are. This must be for knife making, because the other thing about skiff, somebody asked tonight what the blade on Metal Complex's second from the bottom was. And it's these Skiffs Customs, which are, I don't know if y'all saw Lefty's review, but these are some of the most amazing balls, knives. So anyway, they're not just a bearing maker, they are the real deal. But I like going to the bearing compatibility chart and finding out the size, right? And almost every knife's on here. Thank you, Lefty. And all the poor knives you've torn up along the way. But anyway, enough of that. You know what I just realized? I haven't been watching the chat, guys. I apologize. I thought I was sharing the effing screen with y'all, showing you how the compatibility chart worked at Asher, showing you how I am such a fucking tool. All right. I'm going back, guys. I'm going back in. I'm going back into Skiff because I wanted to, the point I was making is, if the compatibility chart, again, do you want to put $12 bearings in a $40 knife? Probably not, but you might. Do you want to put $12 bearings in a $200 knife? Very possibly. But this little cheat sheet, and they make it in fancy blue. They're both $15. I thought the other one was cheaper. The one I've got is just the regular aluminum. But basically what you do is you take your bearing out of your knife that you're taking apart and you slide it through. Typically what I find is it will not slide through the 3/64 slot. 80% slide through the 1/16. So I know it's 1/16 tall. So I got that measurement. And then I take my pivot and I stick it through these holes, and it won't go through the 3/16, but it fits snugly in the 5mm. So then I know I've got a 5mm 1/16. So if I want to go back and not do the not do the compatibility chart. I'm just looking for a 5mm 1/16. So these are 3/6. Let's find a 5mm. Here's 5mm 1/16 11 ball. That's the bearing. $12.99, fully phosphorus with ceramic. But then you get into some little interestings, which that's why I like the cheat sheet. That's a 6mm 16 ball. But like here's a 6mm 1/16. All this is the same, but you've got an 18 ball double row and a 16 ball double row. Well, this has got a little bit larger circumference, right? So it's got, if you look in your McNeese, if you've got a McNeese, it's got extra room around the pivot cutout where it will take a bigger pivot or a bigger bush bearing, whatever you want to call it. But you can take your mic meter, because if we go look at those bearings, and then I'll get off this because I know y'all don't care, but I do. I think they're cool. I put them in everything. So if I go to this bearing, I can go down here and it tells me the inside dimension. This is inches, this is millimeters. Outside dimension. I don't care about the discs or the balls, but like if I wanted to see how big my washer cutout was, because I know my height's right because it went through my cheat sheet. But this way I can use my, if I've got a little mic meter, whatever you call those things that are kind of like rulers with a clamp, you can find out how much this distance is. But a lot of times, once you take your old bearings out and you compare them to the cheat sheet, you can then tell, oh, these are Evos. These are, which are the other ones? My big folding shovel use the same bearings that my Evo use because they're so big, and it's like double row 18 bearings. But yeah, they're awesome, guys. I'm a big fan. And another thing that they forgot about me, which is all good, but they remembered because I've sent them a message, and I'm real bad about following up. But KPL had told me I could get on the KPL deal. See, I'm a nano oil guy. I'm a Gunny Glide guy. I picked up that what was it called? The skiff little aluminum thing that holds my little they're actually Amazon, but the little swabs. It holds my little cheat sheet. It holds some other miscellaneous stuff, and it holds 3 things of KPL. So when they sent it to me from Skiff, it had the KPL, which caused me to reach out. And this was way before Christmas. Oh yeah, we'll send you a welcome pack so you can include it in your giveaways. We'd love for you to do it. We'll give you a code, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. Crickets, nada. Womp, womp, womp. So I reached back out to them, and today they shipped something out. So hopefully I'll be able to give away some Skiff. Oh my gosh, we got Beaver Hunter here, and I need to talk to him about Blade Show. I'm running into a situation and I might need Beaver Hunter to be the man. I don't even turn off the music because I'm about to put Beaver Hunter in the. Are you going to a wedding on the first week of June?
Huh?
Are you going to a wedding on the first week of June?
No.
Any babies being born?
Not that I know of.
Is there anything?
Why am I echoing?
Oh, that's probably me. Hold on. Is there anything Lowe might want to do in Atlanta if we went over there for the day?
I mean, no, but what do you need?
Well, I don't need. A to Z's got some gigs. My normal Blade Show buddy, and
He's not going to Blade?
He's going to be playing 2 gigs in Georgia, and says I'm not going to stop by Friday or Sunday. He will. He did last year. He blew in Sunday afternoon and made me drag him around to the shit he wanted to buy that was all picked through. So, but right now he's not in. So instead of going over there and making it a, several day thing, which I'd love to do, we're close enough to where we could run over there, check it out a day, visit with people. If we wanted to, stick around a little while into the evening to say hey to people, and then just come back.
So you want to go Saturday?
Either whatever works with you. I mean, I'm thinking if because people are starting to talk about it. I'm not in the whole room necessarily stay there situation, but I definitely want to go. I want to go see the gals at TRM, just several
Well,
people.
it's like I've told you, my issue with going to Blade is I'm just not willing to stay overnight away from Low.
And I don't blame you. That's a
Uh,
beautiful.
hey, everybody. Hey, Todd, Cap Addict. Sorry I didn't say hi. I just jumped right into what John needed.
Yeah,
But,
I tracked him, guys. I've been Blade Show braining.
well, I mean,
Well, I just thought we could
I
do it
don't,
like a Nashville show kind of thing, right? We drive over there
well,
in the morning. It doesn't open till like 10. We drive over there one morning. By the time you've spent 3 or 4 or 5 hours, you've seen just about everything, but you will run into so many people, and they all sit right out at the top of the escalators because that's where
yeah.
people just kind of congregate because it's between the 2 halls. And I know like Memo's coming down. I know Duty and just a lot of people are coming. So it might even be, and it might, we could either go back Saturday afternoon or go back a little bit later Saturday evening. I don't know if you want Low even alone at all at night. So we could get back like at 6 o'clock Saturday because we get an hour coming back. Or we could go down to the pit and, just talk to Chris Reeves and the other people hanging around down there for an hour before we blow out. Just options over obligations. Just think about it. No, it's an opening, but I'm thinking about doing it different this year.
Well, I mean, I'll holler at Low and doing it for, hey, Paul, doing it for like a day. Hey, Chris, everybody, how y'all doing? Uh, doing a day trip, leaving here at like 5 a.m.
Well, that actually
Which
get us there too early because they don't open the doors till 10 or 11.
well, but we got to find somewhere to park. We got to eat. Your ass is, I'm talking about me leaving at 5. Cause I mean, it's 30-minute drive, 45-minute drive to your house.
Wouldn't we be better going through? Is it better to come 72 or is it better
And
to go a different way?
then from your house, I would just take the Parkway to Anniston and then cut over.
Yeah, the way I go is I take 72 to Scottsboro, and then I cross over the Veterans Bridge, and I go over Mentone. So I go
Oh,
over.
well, so you probably know, but see,
It's a
you're going to jail.
it's a 3 hour drive from here to. It's not the Galleria. What's it called?
No, I don't know.
The Sheridan, I think. Not the Sheridan. That's in Nashville. Take care, JD, for EDC. But yeah, that's the bad thing about like and I don't mind just being there for a day because if we got there at 9 or 10, we
Well,
have all the time in the world to eat, to hang out.
that's part of what I was going to say is that I'll run out of money.
Right. Well, it's not about, and the whole thing is,
Because if I'm even lucky and able to get something I would want, because without getting an early bird pass for Friday, I mean, you do reduce your odds drastically. I know some of the makers bring stuff out Saturday morning. They bring stuff out Friday, then they bring stuff out Saturday.
depends what you want. If you want a Rosie, they're going to have them all days. If you want a Protect Mordax, a real nice one, or just a little unique one, it'll always be there.
Okay.
But your Demkos will go quick and your stuff like that.
Tacos.
Oh,
But they're more classy.
You ordered
a
these?
little brass buckle and a thicker sole. Shut up.
I know Lowe's got to like something in Atlanta. We could even take an hour and go to a thrift shop over there. We could research it so we could make it a dual purpose trip. I'm trying to get your better
hang
half.
on, John. Because she ain't gonna go. I know her well enough to know she's not gonna go. Because one, she ain't gonna get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to come get your ass.
Why I gotta go get him at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Because to get to drive to Atlanta, go to Blade Show just for that Saturday,
Oh,
and then come back Saturday evening.
look at the bottoms of them. They're even nice.
And so what day is it?
it's the first weekend of June, so I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We probably go Saturday, like you said, and go over early.
Yeah,
We get an
I
hour
would go.
coming back. So if we left at 5 coming back,
You go back that,
we'd be back
I'll
at 7.
come. Whatever day it is, I'll come and get you Saturday morning.
Let's talk about it more. We'll think about it because I think
He feels guilty. I'm going to come and get you Saturday morning.
I do feel guilty, dude, because you've always said, and I've always respected your loyalty. Not loyalty is the wrong word. Your affection for I would rather spend my time with my bride than looking at knives. And I loved my bride before she was my ex. But look at knives for a little while, I would always like I can balance that out, but I'm not married anymore, so maybe I was wrong. But I wasn't doing knives then anyway. I was a guitar addict. But yeah, man, let's think about it because I think it'll be a blast. And all I want to do, my main only reason for going, because I'm not planning on buying really anything, but I do want to go talk to TRM and I do want to talk to my buddies at Vosti because they've been awesome to me. I mean, they send me little shit out to review and then give away, and they don't mind how I review it. They never say, John, tell us what you think. Do your review, share any. I mean, they're just, and I was trying to find out last night on JD's live. Do you know if Kaiser's their OEM? For some reason, I thought Vosti did their own stuff.
Somebody was saying something. I didn't think it was Kaiser, but somebody was saying that it was. I thought it was like Kubi or somebody like that was making them.
Yeah, it may be
they were,
somebody.
and they were talking about the similarities between a Vosteed and a Kubi. This is like months ago though, and they were wondering if it was, if maybe Kubi was their OEM or something like that. But I think all of them, just about all of them. I mean, you got your ones that are separated out like Riot and We, but I think most of them just cross over anyway. It's just a big old conglomerate.
Oh, dude, it's gotten so bad. Have you seen it? I was on Lefty's Live, but what was it called, guys? 704 firearms guy with over 2 million followers who's selling his own practices now. Somebody throw it in the chat. What was the guy? It was 704 Tactical.
Oh, I don't know.
Then I'll go show you the latest thing. Not Ned Frost. It's called there's a company, a new 704 Tactical. Thank you. Let me show you something. But there's a new company, not really new, but on Amazon that is selling blatant fucking clones of one of our buddies' knives.
I mean, there's been different brands doing that for a while.
Yeah, they're doing Demcos and they're doing all the EMPs. And they're doing EMPs for like $88 in M390.
Well,
Right
it's
and then I hear people say that just shows that they're making too much money. No, it doesn't. It's a husband and a wife business. It's not just to, the profit's not a bad thing. They're not gouging the community I don't think, for value per dollar. And everybody says, oh, these knives don't cost nearly as much to make. Well, no, but you've got to put it in a box. You've got to do some kind of marketing, whether it's social media or whatever. And then if you've got dealers, you've got percentages there. And you're probably not, I don't see a lot of them quitting their jobs. But check this 704 Tactical out and tell me what this looks like to you. And I don't know if they just bought a bunch of practices and stuck a big ass pivot on it. Do those look familiar to you, or is it just me?
I mean, they do look familiar, but that's the thing is.
Hold on, let me go to their website. Maybe it was their website that it showed them closer.
The thing about the way so much stuff works when it comes to buying things is when it comes to having stuff OEM'd, you can go to, whatever brand, and you go and you say, I want this made. And they'll give you a set of preconceived drafts, blueprints of different options that you get to choose. A lot of times they'll have prototypes. And then you can go through and pick what you want to have made. And that's most likely what this guy did from 704 Tactical is he went to somebody that's an OEM out of China, and he said, hey, I want y'all to make knives for me. I'll buy,
I've got 8 patterns maybe to choose from. A, B, C, D,
right.
E, and
yeah, he gets to choose from these patterns because he's not a knife designer.
no, he's a tactical guy.
Yeah, he gets to choose from these knife patterns, and they're like, here's your options. We got these. This one is X amount of dollars. This one will cost you X amount, so on and so forth. And he says, okay, I'll take C. Give me 300 a C, or give me 500 a C, or whatever. If he's got 2 million followers, he's pretty big. He's probably got a decent income from it. He probably told him, give me 500 knives, and he probably sold them out in an hour, if that, if he's got that many followers.
This is going to give up my browsing history, so y'all are going to see some weird shit. But this Ye Brother, have y'all heard of Ye Brother?
What?
I never had. Why?
I've heard of Brother Knives.
Yeah, it's different. Ye, well, I don't know if it is, because some of the fixed blades look the same. So if we go J Brother, look what we see. And look, they've got what?
I was going to say, it looked like some cold steels in there, too.
Oh, yeah, but these are.
That looks like a Scout or a Formac.
Well, that's a relative. These are NP relatives. These are Nimbles. And then if you go down.
That looked like a Formax you just scrolled by. That looks like a Buck Vanguard.
Yeah, there's
you gotta realize I'm looking at small pictures, so.
But then when you go to like one like this the frag, even though the frag doesn't look as good, $79, M390.
Well, and
it's fishy there. I mean, look at even when they put the blade steel.
I hate to say this, I know it's going to rub some people's ass the wrong way, but Greg Medford's right. I mean, all right, I'll just put this out there. I used to work at 3M. Okay, everybody in here probably knows what 3M is. I worked at their chemical plant that's over in Decatur, Alabama. They do a lot of research and development there, and that's where they make a lot of their precursor chemicals. I got laid off because 3M screwed up, and China was able to get a hold of some of their secret stuff, their secret sauce, that they use as precursors to make their stuff. And so it hit the company really hard. I got laid off, and that's how I ended up in a steel mill, which I'd worked in the steel mill before, but that's beside the point. But China took 3M's patents because 3M screwed up because 3M uses factories in China to make some of their stuff. Well, they screwed up and some of their recipes got into China's hands through corporate espionage, which is very common. That's 3M's fault for working and making shit in China that they could have made here. But same thing with EMP. And I like his knives. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on him. He's got to do what he's got to do because there's not a lot of options here. But that is what happens when you have your stuff made in a country that doesn't respect patent laws, that doesn't respect intellectual property.
And what
and I know a lot of people try to justify that it's culturally different. Well, banging somebody else's wife is not acceptable either. That's stealing.
I know.
So I look at it as the same as me stealing your intellectual property, me taking that dude's knife design ain't no different than me banging his wife.
Right. And we're looking at
That's
it from the
my perspective.
perspective. That's right, because of the morality that we were raised in, what we've known to be the golden rule,
Right.
right and
I'm not
wrong.
gonna I'm not
But
gonna steal from you
no, no,
because
but the Chinese, from what I've read, and it hadn't been a while, I haven't read much about politics since I got sober, but I used to read a lot. Was that culturally they felt like improving, or they felt it as a form of flattery. So it wasn't. Yes, they were doing the
well,
exact same thing. They were
yeah, the
stealing,
whole imitation is the sincerest form of flattery
but
or
they
some
didn't
shit like
do it.
that.
But and it could have been just a fucking scam to get it. But I think
But
it's just one
I
of
could
those things.
that
You know,
J brother is not trying to flatter EMP Free DC
no,
or
no,
Cold Steel or Buck. They're trying to make a dollar the
or
lazy man's way by taking it and remaking it,
or is
probably in the same fucking
QSP
factory.
or is QSP doing what 704 is doing and said, "Hey, we run 4 shifts. We run 3 shifts for EMP EDC. We keep the 4 shift running because we got all the dies set up, and we've got
Yep.
all these knives." AliExpress had them first. Now they found their way to Amazon.
Most likely what you just said is what's happening is they're the stuff is they're it could be an American seller, but most likely it's a Chinese seller. And if you buy one, it's going to be shipped in from China.
And Taiwan's a totally different thing, Space Ghost.
Yeah, yeah. Taiwan is,
It's expensive to have stuff made in Taiwan, and
yeah, it's same as having stuff made in Japan. It costs a whole lot more to have stuff made in Japan or Taiwan or. And I'm not saying. I mean, I would love for all of it to be made here. What's MTQ?
I didn't know if you knew
Uh,
that. That's why I pulled it up.
I don't know what MTQ is right off. I made spray foam insulation. They make a lot of stuff over there, and that's just what I made. I don't know what all they make. Uh,
Dude, they have to have, is it millions of SKUs, or is it just like thousands or hundreds of thousands? I mean, 3M has everything from medical glues to any kind of adhesive.
I have no idea. And 3M has so much stuff because I mean, they got plants all over the place. They got. I can't even remember. I mean, that's been years ago. I can't even remember how many plants they have, how many employees they have. It's hundreds of thousands of employees.
Point
If you
taken,
take
Josh.
if you take all over the world, I mean, I'm sure they employ 100,000 people. But anyway, like I said, I'm not trying to justify the fact that his stuff got stolen, but that is, and that's where I respect, Kevin so much. Lefty is he's working really hard to have his shit made here.
Yeah,
I know he couldn't start that way, but that's his goal. That's what he's striving for, and maybe he's striving to one day have his own little factory. I don't know.
think how many
Uh,
doors he has shut in his face and not gotten
right.
fucking discouraged and not just said fuck it. He could have had the growler. I thought he should have had that growler prototype made by Best Tech, because the
Yeah.
market was ready for it. It would have been 150, 200 less, and it was a beautiful knife. And he was like, no.
But, and that's the thing is if I think if a lot of these guys, and I understand getting started, like I said, I'm not, if they would start pushing to try to have more stuff done here, then those markets would open up. You take, mom and pop machine shop down the street, if they start getting 20 phone calls from all these different guys, that are wanting to have their knife, wanting to have, blanks cut out, for knives or, blades that made, handles made, starts calling them, asking them about, hey, can you make, 500 of these for me? Well, now you got another guy over here saying, hey, can you make 500 of these? They might be willing to buy another CNC and make that. If they know they're going to have repetitive business, like in the case of Kevin, he's had what, 5 designs now, something like that. Six Designs.
Yeah, something like that.
Um,
And they've been pretty
so,
prolific.
but that's what I'm saying. Kevin's got, 5 or 6 designs and has sold thousands of knives at this point. That gives him the ability to say, hey, look, this is not a one shot deal. This is not me coming to you and you making you spending all this money and going through all this effort to make 500 knives and then I'm ghosting on you. This is going to be a partnership where I get 500 knives this month, and then in a couple of months I get 500 more, and then in a couple of months I get uh, all that kind of stuff. And from what I understand, Colin does basically all the hard shit with the computer stuff. And so all they do is load the fucking program into the CNC, make their modifications for their CNC to run, and then start cutting.
That
And I
sounds
know
like a good business plan to me. I mean,
I'm making it very simplistic. It is much more complicated than the way I'm making it sound. My whole point is that if you've got all these different knife designers, from Maddie, Kevin, EMP, uh, even some of the bigger guys like Something Obscene Company and Rotten Designs, they all start pushing for this, then that you could eventually get, you know, like some other people have talked about a co-op, of knives made in the United States. There would be people who would start doing that. It's just pushing for it and showing that the market is there. Because if there's a market for something, then it will be filled.
absolutely. But Kevin makes a good point on it's scary not knowing how many you're going to sell.
Right. Well, especially when you're talking about, a big enough set of, enough machinery to make it happen, to add a new line, a new product like that to your, or a new service to your machine shop, you would have to add the whole kit and caboodle of, from the CNCs, the mills, the grinders, all that kind of stuff. You're talking, millions of dollars probably.
Did you see
to get
guys today on
I haven't had a chance to watch anything today.
this is a little
But I do like that. But
it is the new axial gear. It's their fixed
for
way,
that
their
price.
Alpine.
For that price, though, I'm gonna buy a Winkler.
Yeah, and it's Magna Cut, and Kevin was cutting. He cut like 4 Amazon zip ties, and then he cut a low zip tie, and he rolled the blade a little bit. He said he could strop it back, but that doesn't sound right, does it?
No, it doesn't.
And you know what it looks like to me?
I mean, if he's still if he's still using the factory edge, most likely it was done on a belt grinder to do and so it's probably somewhat burnt. It's probably going to have to be sharpened,
a couple times.
Yeah, 4 or 5 times to get that, fatigued steel, as some people like to call it, off of it. I wouldn't hold that against the knife if, if as long as that once you get past that initial, sharpenings. I mean, what's his name? Outpost 76 has proven that numerous times that you got to get a handful of sharpenings. And even the best, a lot of times, even, some of the best heat treat and, like spider codes and shit like that, you've got to get a few sharpenings in before you really get past that into the meat of the steel.
Right, to where it actually holds the edge. Where did I put my... I wanted to show you a knife to see if you thought it looked like this knife, because I kind of thought it did. I know where. I got to go get it. Hold on. Keep him company.
I mean, most knives all look the same anyway. I mean, there's only so many ways you can cut a blade. There's only so many ways you can uh, shape a handle. I mean, for it to fit in people's hands and be functional.
Yeah, but this
I
knife
mean,
has been around forever. Now, this blade does not look as much like it as my Cali, but my Cali's shorter. Look at this one. This is the Boker AK-1. It's been around for fucking ever.
yeah, it basically looks like the same knife.
Now, let me show you something else. Let me share this again. Share. Go to Alpine. Let's go to Tonto. All right, see that Tonto?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be the same situation where they went and got that knife printed out by whoever got their Bokers, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but it's an American-made knife. This is
Is,
100% USA, Magna Cut.
is it?
Yeah, that's what they say, and
Well,
that's what
I,
both Stasa
I've been
and
I've been saying I got an 8-inch penis for years.
yeah, but you've got
But
somebody who can call bullshit on that. Stasa, I mean, I trust Stasa, made in the USA, and they even said the blades. I think
I
they're
mean
cut
that well,
in Texas.
it could be, but they could have just straight out through the knife through the Boker. I mean, you said the Boker's old, so it's probably not a current model.
Dude, are you looking at this picture? Hold on, let me share this big picture, and then I'm gonna
Uh,
hold up my knife. Hold on, here it is. Just look at the handle lines laying flat, right? And look at how the
yeah,
blade tilts up. Okay, now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna go over here. I'll make me big.
but that's what I'm saying. It looks like they took the knife, laid it on a sheet of paper, and traced it out.
Exactly.
But that's what I was going to say is I mean it's very plausible that they did that. They're like, oh, you know, I'm just
But
going to copy this knife.
I would hate to think they did that, but you know, let's see what the dimensions are on this biatch. Let's see if they're exactly the same. Specifications 6.88 inches. Let me just get my tape measure. Not that I can read 88 inches, but it's going to be bigger than 3/4, right? Nope. 6.88. Dude. Blade length 3.2. Dude. All
I
right.
told you that. I just told you they threw it on a piece of paper and took their little crayon and
But why? I mean, why not do something a little different? I mean, yeah, it's a great design, but this design has been done. I mean, it's a collaboration between three people, a maker, Boker, and the Daily Carry. So it's not like somebody's not going to go, that's fucked up. But did you see what Kunwu did?
no, it's
Look, and I didn't see anything about it, but a lot of people have been, tell me what this reminds you of. Let me find it. It might just be on their Insta. Let me go to their Insta because this is all old shit. Hold on. Somebody's texting me and I ain't fucking with them. My sweet ex has been texting me to talk about my daughter and stuff, and I just have not had it in me. I feel like such an asshole. All right, so let's go to Kunwu. All right, so check this guy out. Hey, that's cool as shit. Oh, let me share it. I'm sorry.
I was going to say all I
Hold
see is you because you're still big.
I got to make myself not big. Hold on. Oh, we're not big anymore. All right. So
I
that's
like
one
that.
that doesn't look like what I was talking about. The one I was talking about is this one.
Oh, what is that?
Kind of a thick
Is
boy,
that the barber? A
kind
thick
of
boy. That's it.
kind of a thick boy, kind of got a little bit of a Loot 10 Texas vibe going without the blade.
But
Um,
I mean, it's like I
it,
said. There's only so many
I
handle
know,
shape and blade combos you can do. So I
I know.
mean,
I'm not hating on it. And again, I'm a big believer in. I watched it happen with Kevin. People can come up with the same design and not even ever have seen each other's design. Look at these little Vandus Kunwu Crew Fixies they're making. Isn't that we got from uh
looks like a
Saint Nick's
cool little
knives?
kitchen knife,
Yeah,
huh?
isn't that the steel we got from Saint Nick's on our Ace Grands Vandus?
Yeah. Well, there's different ones. We got the Vanadis 4.
Okay, this is Vanadis 8. I wonder if that's twice as good or twice as shitty.
I don't know. Depends on how they heat treat it.
That's true. You know, the one thing I've heard, and I don't know who I heard this from, maybe Brian, that Kunwu is one of the ones that heat treat pretty well for the ranges of stuff. I think that was beautiful. When I had money, I almost bought that on top of the one I already had, figuring I'd sell the one I already had. That DLC blade. But I think Kunwu's one to beat. I mean, like I said, my knife of the year, without a doubt, is this Padre. And I just got the plain stone washed, and it's got the best detent, the best cutting geometry. It's just a great little knife. And then it was supposed to show up today, but it's going to show up tomorrow because they lied and said that they tried to deliver it and the business was closed. And I live in a fucking house. And they've done that before. They've said my mailbox was blocked. And you've been to my mailbox. There's a cemetery across from it. What's going to block it?
A
But
funeral?
this is Mr. Mister's latest knife. And I bought 2 of his knives in the last 6 months. I bought a Cypher, 2 flipper only knives, which are totally against my jam. But this knife right here, check that out. And
But if I go
Wayne,
to if I go to Blade Show, I can go ahead and tell you I'm probably going to just buy a Winkler and be done.
dude, there's nothing, no shame in that.
I want. I
There-
bet. Well, see, I've been wanting a Winkler for years, and I don't know why I don't buy one.
And the great thing is, you can walk around in an hour, in little hour spurts, and pick up and touch so many things that you can rule out. But doesn't that look like an interesting knife? And I'll tell you, this knife right here is one of the best knives. This is thin as a TRM. I got the original Cypher, which is the Tanto, which is the bottom one. And I got some titanium scales for $60. And then I picked up, because I liked it so much, this knife, which is so not my jam. It's a little button lock, the Zero. So Wayne's sending this to me before I send it back to Mihai to check it out. And I don't know, I think they're getting ready to drop. No pre-order. Yeah, the full production's here, so he's getting ready to drop these. And guys, I picked up 2 of his knives. It's him and his dad that do this. And I have been very impressed with both of them. And he's made another knife that I did not get or did not experience. But these are the titanium scales. He was selling these for like 60 or $70.
Holy shit!
That you
There's
could just
900. There's 942 exhibitors at Blade Show this year.
I know, isn't that insane? Dude, but they're 2 halls and it's spread out. You know, one thing that I've never taken advantage of that you would probably be interested in is getting there early Friday and seeing what they have at the Spyderco booth, their seconds. Are you interested in stuff like that?
No.
Because I mean, Shane picked up a Maximat PM2 for $80.
Yeah, but I've
That,
got a Maxim at PM2.
right, but I'm just saying they have all their seconds. They might even have some mini Yojimbos. You never know. They just got. I'm not big into Spyderco's anymore. I've got to do a video on my Spyderco dive because I love all the knives. I'm just not inspired like the Swiss Bowie. Everybody's talked about it. It's always been a grail, perceived grail since I've been in this game, and it's never appealed to me for some reason. There's nothing wrong with it. Just
I'm
Spyderco.
going to table. I'm going to table 511.
Who's that?
Daniel Winkler.
Oh, Winkler. Is Strider going to be there?
Give me a second.
Strider Knives.
I'm sure he'll be there. I would think he would be. I mean, it's a quick way for him to make
Well, he
hundreds
didn't
of
go the
thousands of
year. He
dollars.
didn't go either in 22 or 23. I think he went in 23, but I don't think he went the year.
He's not on here unless it's under Mick. It's not
Well,
under Strider.
Well, what you'll see is you'll see a ton of resellers there. But the one thing I found, and I've seen them on Blade Binge, I've seen that crosshead.
Yeah, but I'm not paying $700 or $800
No,
for a
no.
Strider.
But these have been on NAF sale, this exact knife, for like 650, 700 bucks. And
Yeah, Strider's going to be there. Well, it says Mick Strider Customs is going to be there, but 143.
but there'll be a lot of resellers because I always see these. But again, you don't want that because if you are in the market for one of these scotching things, and I sent him a link, but I don't know if he's traveling. He is so
Yeah.
hooked into these groups. He got me such a good price on this dude, and it was like the guy had not even broken it in. I mean, it
Yeah.
literally, it was
Well,
a
and
perfect knife.
I mean, truthfully, right now with most of the knives that I have, nothing has. I mean, truthfully, nothing's talked to me. I mean, and that's kind of the pitiful side of it is when you go and you buy the ones you've wanted for years, you kind of, it kind of makes the other,
That's a
I spent,
beautiful thing. You've got
well,
great knives. You've got classic knives until something else catches your eye. So you're not having that fear of missing out bullshit, which I've gotten over thanks to you. I think that's the best of all things. You appreciate everything you have because you wanted it for so long.
Well, the way it worked for me is like I wanted, like the Sabenza. I've wanted a Sabenza for years. Hell, since early 2000s. What was it? The Sabenza or 25? I don't remember, but wanted one for years. And I would go get this, I would go get that, and because the Sabenza was so expensive
Take care,
that I
Crazy Rich.
bought. The
Send me your
Sabenza
email.
was so expensive that I never would spend the $500 to get one or $400, depending on when you're talking about what time frame. I never would go and buy one. Well, I spent $10,000 on knives, not buying the one that I really wanted. The same thing with a Strider. If I spent thousands of dollars on other knives before I ever bought the Strider. The same thing with the Hinderer. The same thing with the JK. And not that I regret a lot of the knives that I have because I don't. And some of them that I weren't exactly didn't stay excited over once I got them. It's kind of one of those, I've sold. But I mean, that's the thing is I could have bought the knives that I really, really wanted a long time ago if I'd have quit buying other stuff.
You made me see that light because for the first, what was it, 2 years? I was buying Civivis, nothing wrong with them.
No, there's nothing wrong with them.
Kaisers, and I was just buying a shitload of them and just getting Apache cases full. And then never ever really sold any of those, started giving them out, as part just to people that I knew before I had a channel. And then just started doing giveaways. And I look back on it. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I've given away so many budget knives and so many mid-range knives that, you know, I could buy a Rockstead, but that's not how I would have enjoyed the hobby. If I'd have come in and bought a
Well,
Benchmade and then bought a Lamia, and then, would I have had the different stuff?
you would have gotten to where I'm kind of at now. I was able to be a super active buying, knives 10 times a year, whatever, whatever, however often I bought them, before I finally broke down and quit buying and said, I'm going to put the money back. And that's really what I did is I quit buying other knives and I said, okay, a Hinderer, because I got the Hinderer before I got the Strider. They're $425.
Four and a quarter.
So,
Four and a quarter. Yep.
yeah,
Sure.
at the time. And so I'm like, I'm going to save up $425 and I ain't buying shit until I buy that knife because I always wanted one. And that's what I did is I saved up for it, bought that knife. And then, I liked it and I used the same principle because the next one I got was the Strider. I used the same principle to do that. I quit buying other knives. Or when I did buy another knife, I got reset because I bought, the St. Nick's PM2, had one of those come available, so that was $200 out the door, and
Set you
I
back
just
a
got,
week or two.
huh?
Set you back a week or two in your planning.
I was a little more than that, but yeah. But, I saved up and I bought the Strider. And then I didn't buy nothing else. And I saved up and bought another Hinder. And that's because the reason I didn't get the Sabenza then is because the fuckers are never available. I would go, I tried. I would go online to try to buy one. I would try to catch drops. And I wanted a Tanto. I didn't want a clip point, and I didn't want the Insingo blade or whatever it's called. I
Right.
wanted a Tanto. And so the Tantos hardly ever come available compared to the others. And they sell out quick as shit when they do. And, part of me, I hate to say it, almost kind of written off getting one for a while, especially since they started doing them in Magna Cut because that made it even worse as far as the amount of availability. And then lo and behold, my wife went and fucking got me one.
That's awesome.
which it kind of blows my mind. But and it's not that there's not other knives that I would want, but I mean, it's years worth of saving.
Yeah.
To buy those. Those knives were bought over a 4-year period. So it's basically one knife a year.
Yeah.
Over
I never got that type of what would you call it? Control, but you did make me realize that every time I put something in checkout at White Mountain or wherever, that think about it. Think about what it was taken away from. And you know who really drove that home for me? That fucking idiot Shane. When he went and worked at that bar before Blade Show, because he wanted to show everybody that if you wanted a Medford, a high quality American knife, anybody could get one. And granted, he took a pitch for the team and worked at the strip club to earn his money.
I mean, that's hard fucking work right there, I'm sure.
It is. It absolutely is.
It's not that I'm fiscally responsible, Kyle. It's that
he is.
I gave myself a goal. I didn't sit and complain, oh, John owns a fucking Evo. That's fucking overpriced. Fucking quit flexing. This, that, and the other. Because I've been told that people ask in a fucking video and do a pocket check in a live chat. And I'll put down, I got a Hinderer. And then somebody in the fucking chat wants to talk about flexing. It's like, dude, it's not a fucking flex. You asked what the fuck I had.
Firemen carry them all the time.
But
hey, Homer, Thank you for the message, buddy. Sorry if you sent it more than a day ago, because I'm
That's true.
terrible
You know,
about those IG messages.
setting a goal. But that's the thing with collecting. I mean, when I collected baseball cards as a kid, you know, of course, my primary goal was I wanted a 52 tops Mickey Mantle, and that never happened. But still hasn't happened. I won't say it never happens. But I mean, that's what I did when I collected baseball cards as a kid because that's where I first started collecting. Uh, you know, I would set goals. I wanted a Mark McGwire rookie card. I wanted a Jose Canseco rookie card. I wanted a Roger Clemens rookie card. Uh, you
Was
know,
that
different
after he was
things.
Jose Parkway, or did he come back from the majors to be Jose Parkway? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I actually have his and Mark McGwire's autograph when they played for the Huntsville
Was
Stars.
that before they ever made it to the big leagues, or had they come back for a
Yeah,
little while?
yeah, they both played for Huntsville Stars 84, 85 time
So
frame.
they weren't real big at the time?
No, they were little. They were regular sized people then. They didn't do steroids until the early 90s when they become the Bash Brothers or late 80s. You know, that's when they, like 89, 90. That's when they become the Bash Brothers and
But you still
started juicing.
have your hand-eye coordination. Steroids don't help with that, do they? I know they give you more power.
No, no, Mark McGwire's home run level was almost at the level that he was at the end of his career when he beat the record. You know, he was hitting 40 something home runs a year when he weighed 180 pounds. But I mean, I'm just saying that my point with the whole collecting thing is because John will take us down a fucking rabbit hole, uh, is it's very rewarding to set a goal and meet that goal, you know, and that's in anything. Uh, you know, nothing in life worth having is easy. Every bit of it takes work. You know, a
And you
degree takes,
appreciate it more.
huh? And yeah,
You
you
appreciate
appreciate
it
it
more.
more. A degree takes work. Fancy car, and when I say fancy car, I'm talking about like you know, if you got a '67 GTO, you know,
Hellcat?
that's in pristine condition, you know, it takes work to get it there, you know, and you'll appreciate it more when you get it there. Uh, I mean, and it's the same thing with knives. If you work and you put $20 back here, $20 back there, you know, whatever you can, $10 back here, $10 back there. Because when I got laid off from 3M, I still put a little bit of money back every week, even though I wasn't making but like $500 a week. Uh, and where we live at, you can ask John, $500 a week ain't gonna get you very far. Uh, you know, so I would put back
No.
$5 or $10 a week to save up for things, you know, for goals. And then I got back to working at a better job and, you know, I put a little more back. But honestly, I'll tell everybody, and I've said it on here before, when it comes to my collecting, I do $20 a week. That's it.
Pete's
That's
operator,
why it
that's the
takes,
way to do it, buddy.
that's why it takes me uh, a year to buy, you know, a damn Hinder is because I put back $20 a week.
All right, I'm going to try not to lose y'all, and I'm going to keep this real quick before Pocket Metal pops in if he does. Have y'all been following the fact that Mike Tyson's fighting Jake Paul, and everybody says Jake Paul's fighting a senior citizen? Did y'all know
I know
that?
the fighting, but I don't follow it.
Okay, well, check this out. Mike Tyson just released his workout from yesterday, and Jake Paul's a little bit flipped out. Watch this shit.
Oh, if Tyson punches Jake Paul, it's gonna fuck him up. I don't care if Tyson is 50 something years old.
Check this shit out. Look at how he stays still tucked down, and you can never get to him. You can't even put a punch on him. And look how
I
he
know.
moves forward constantly. Let me. This isn't even the good one. Oh yeah, he knocked him. He accidentally knocked him out. But this dude's 57 years old, and they say that the strength is the last to go. And people say, well, he might not have the stamina. How much stamina does it take to make 5 paces and punch somebody in the fucking jaw?
I was gonna say Tyson never needed stamina.
No,
I'm not saying he
no.
didn't have it. I'm saying he never
Check
needed
the
it
speed
hardly.
out. Check the speed out. What?
But I
Jake
mean,
Paul's not bumped.
what's happening is Jake Paul is cashing a $10 million check to get knocked the fuck out. Guess what? For $10 million, I would step in the ring with Mike Tyson too.
I would too.
So,
And you know,
and tell him just don't punch. And tell him just don't punch me in the fucking chest. I don't want to have a heart attack. Punch me in the head, you won't do no damage. But don't punch me in the chest. That's it.
And what's so interesting about Tyson, and I know that this is probably propaganda because I watched it on Joe Rogan, but listening to how he's kind of evolved his thinking and what he does. What?
Pitt's right. Mike Tyson has been doing it for fucking 50 years. It's all muscle memory. He ain't even got to get in the ring and think. It just happens.
No. And do you see how quick he got cut? I mean, he was never big, but he had a belly. I mean, he had, and now he looks solid. He looks, I mean, not like he did in his prime.
Well, obviously, he's 30 years older than he was in his prime.
Tyson would not even get a chance to hit me because I would not be foolish enough, even for, yeah, I mean, I'd probably do it for $100,000. I'll be honest with you. Take my head off, man. $100,000 would ail me.
I got $100,000. I got insurance. He could punch me in the head for $100,000. I'll fall right on over.
Absolutely. Let me show you guys something because I'm going to do something. What time is it? 1:20. We got time. I got something cool that I'm going to make a channel giveaway.
But now I will tell everybody though, I don't count. If my wife buys me a knife, it doesn't count towards my annual knife purchases. That's the reason I can, I know she got me the Sabenza for Christmas, but I still wasn't allowed to go buy a Winkler at Blade Show. If I got to drive John over there, I'm gonna get me something while I'm there.
Yeah, and I'll carry it for you because I'm not getting anything. I'm just going over there to talk to a few people that I need to see. Kinda. What happened to my mic? But guys, so what I'm gonna do, I haven't decided yet on the regular, but for the members, I'm gonna give away a banger. I'll make myself big for a sec. And the only reason is I don't carry it.
Oh, Tactical Terry's cheap.
This is the Tucson. The new one. It is the 396 TS 396 and M390 titanium carbon fiber, full size knife. Has a great deep carry clip. Chunky knife, but not too big. And I mean, if you look at that tall flat ground blade, check this out.
At Pizza Operator, I didn't know she paid attention either. She surprised the ever loving shit out of me with that knife because I really would have never thought she paid attention to what I was getting.
And have y'all ever heard of a designer named Keanu, and not the Reeves, but Keanu? And this is number 191. So it's limited edition by a guy named Kuno or Keanu, but it's a badass knife. And it's a nice knife. And this is going to be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, because members don't have to be here. I'm going to go make sure that some of our new members are registered. And then I guess what I'll do for the subscribers, I did do a review on this little Vosteed Mini Labrador. Have y'all seen this yet? My review hadn't come out yet. This little knife surprised me because it was tiny. I never saw the regular Labrador. Just to give you an idea, here's my mini barber. But it's very, very thin. Titanium scales with titanium clip, black washed, 14C blade, and super slicey. Great fifth pocket knife, great EDC knife if you're an office guy. It's a flipper only, but I really like it. You can push button it, light switch it, drop shut, perfectly centered. So that's going to be just our subscriber giveaway, and I'm about to go find a video for y'all to go comment on. And I picked this up this week. It's a 3D plastic Vertex little slider. They're so much lighter than the metal ones. But that's just my tangential brain. So what I'm going to do is I am going to find a video for all y'all to go subscribe to. Not subscribe to, watch. Let's go to Javon. Let's see which one sucks. Most do, but oh shit. Hey, I saw that Ray and Kelly and the baby are going to get to come to Blade Show. I don't know if we'll see the baby because Ray's mom's going too. Have you seen his little girl yet?
No, I hadn't.
Oh God, dude, look at his Instagram. She is a little dumpling. I mean, she is so cute. Got a full head of hair. Let's go to
That's the Filipino.
yeah, but I think there's a lot of Kelly in there too. Let's go to
No, one of my buddies that I work with is Filipino. He's Filipino, and all three of his kids got so much fucking hair. They all three come out full heads of hair.
76. How many does this one got? 84. All right, so we're going to go to this video right here. Let me save it, share it, and then I'll pin it. And what you guys are going to do, let me see how many we got, how many comments. All you're going to do is go over there, leave a comment. There are only 10 there now, but leave a comment, and we're going to put the word. Let's do this first. Let me pop it up in the pinned. So this should be a Wii Vision bearing upgrade. You don't have to watch it. Just like it and leave a comment. Javon, Juhvon, does not have to be capitalized. Just Juhvon. And then I will draw for the little Vostede. I've got the original case and everything. And I've also got the original case for the Tucson, which we'll do for the members here in about 15
But Tucson's don't come labeled anyway, so how do you know it's the original?
Which one?
The Tucson.
They would?
I thought Tucson boxes, they come labeled now?
Yes, it does. It has a
Oh,
little
okay.
sticker on it. They have a little sticker on the bottom. All right, so that should be what I just pinned, should be the video for the WeSNEX Vision disassembly. So just jump in there, like it, type Javon, and we will give away. And in the meantime, I'm going to go see if the new members showed up in the background while y'all do that. Let's see. Where is that? Right here. Memberships, download CSV file. See a member. Boom, boom, boom. All right, all right. Looks like we got everybody. Let me see who joined tonight. Who's gifted tonight? Let me see. Cut, paste. But no, Tad, I'd love to go, dude. I think that'd be fun just to go over there for a day.
I done told you that I'll be there. I'll come and get you about 5 o'clock in the morning.
I'll be ready to roll.
And remember, we lose an hour going over there also.
Yeah, we lose the hour going. We get it coming back, but yeah, we
So
do lose it. All right, so
if
where
I leave,
are
if I leave here at 5, get to your house sometime between 5:30 and 6, and then that's 5:30 to 6 our time, which is 6:30 to 7 their time, and then it's a 3-hour drive plus parking. We're gonna get there right at 10.
which is perfect because I think the door opens at 11. I'll have to check. All right, so I'm going to open
Yeah,
this.
I
There was a
pulled it up a
way.
minute ago, but didn't even look.
There was a way that Stevie took the spreadsheet and he dropped it in a scrambler, so it scrambled up the different order that the people were in. But I don't remember how he did that because I do that before just picking a random number, but I don't know how to do it. Does anybody know how to do it? Is today the 16th? No, it's the 15th of March. There we go. All right. So I've got that open, but I wonder because he went somewhere. Maybe he just took the names. Maybe that's what he did. I don't want to upgrade. Don't fuck with me. I hate this not having a licensed version of Microsoft. I'm sorry, guys. Trying to open this up and it is not giving me love. Come on. Come on. All right. There it is. So I'm going to close that. Close that. And see if it'll let me just take those names. I bet it won't. Cut. All right, it's not going to let me cut. All right, so what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to open this spreadsheet like that. It won't even let me adjust the. I want to talk to my new employer. All right. Let's see how many comments we're getting. And we are getting very few. We've got 31 comments, guys. So I'm going to give you all about 5-6 more minutes while I pull up this random generator. Random number. I had to talk to Maddie tonight to see what their schedule was because they don't observe daylight savings time. And so it always throws it back an hour.
Yeah.
So I think they're 11:15 our time. So 2 to 99 is my range. 2 to 99. All right. So what I thought we'd do is pull for the Labrador first. Let me see how many comments we got. 44 comments. All right, is everybody getting their comments in? Mark Herrera, leave a comment, buddy. It's pinned up at the top. You can lurk and leave a comment. You're just as welcome to win, brother. And I'm going to pull up the YouTube comment picker, and I'll have like 40 tabs open. So my computer should crash any minute. Where is it? There it is. All right, log in. Go to premium login, go back to tool, grab this video, copy it, boom, drop it in there. And then we're going to filter duplicate, and we're going to put the word Javon. And we're going to go down here. Number of winner 1. We are going to do 30 seconds to keep the suspense up. And we're going to do the wheel of death. And I'm going to see how many comments we got. We've got 36 unique comments. I think we've got 71 people in here. Cheeto, I'm going to post a link and pin it again, and y'all go leave a comment, and all you have to put in there is Javon, and I'm about to draw for just a regular giveaway, and then I'm going to do the member giveaway. So get in there. Whoops. God damn it. I can't catch it to pin it. Whoops. That screwed me. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Boom. I don't want to put the user in timeout. I want to pin the comment. Oh, I got to go over here to pin it. All right. It is pinned, guys. So y'all got about 5, 4 something minutes. Would y'all like to take a little time to do the so you got time to go there and leave a comment and me do the member giveaway? It's up to y'all. I'm game, yo.
All right. If they don't observe daylight savings time, they're coming on in like 15 minutes.
Well, see, I think they were sticking with California time. So let me look. Let me go to his.
But I haven't received my 30-minute notification either.
No, and they've been lately slack about getting their tabs out real late. Let's go to subscriptions. Where are my fucking subscriptions? There they are.
Are they on Stevie tonight or Maddie?
I'm not sure. They flip back and forth.
Because I get notifications for both, so I never know which one it is.
Tonight, it looks like I saw it on Instagram.
Todd Carr said it's 2 hours away.
Okay, so it is at 11:15 our time. So like an hour and 15 minutes away. Where in the fuck is it? Let's go to Satisfaction. Let's see if it's on his channel.
Shit, I'll be in bed by the time.
Oh, dude, I try to stay up for it. All right, it's going to be on Said Stevie. Because they had a really neat tile up today on Instagram, so I know they're doing it. Okay. Scheduled for 0010. What's that mean? Live in 2 hours.
So that's midnight our time now.
Yeah, this is the thumbnail, which I thought was funny as shit. All right, so that is in 2 hours, which is 11:12. Or is it 11:15? What does 00.10 mean? Is that like 12:10?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 12:10 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
10:04, good buddy. All right, let's see how many YouTube comments we got. 36 we had before. We still got 36, guys. I'm going to draw for the Vosteed because nobody else is jumping in. Mimo, I can help you with your flashback. Hold on. Let me get up here and get weird on you. There you go. All right, so I am going to share the screen, and then I'm going to get my little book, because without my little book, I will not remember who won what. And this is going to be for our Vosteed mini raccoon. So this is episode 65. Posted. Mini lab. And whoever wins, if you're in the continental U.S. and you're 18 years old, all of which are requirements unless you have a proxy in the U.S. or a parent, guardian who will accept it for you. If you'll send me your email address tonight after you win, I will do my best to ship it out tomorrow. So I am going to pull comments one more time. Still at 36. Can y'all see the winner wheel? Everybody see it? Good luck, guys. Holy. Slowing down. Oh, the drama's killing me. The drama is just cut it with a knife.
Found some crazy
Yay.
shit today, John.
We've got
Oh,
Chris.
what did it?
What'd you get, buddy?
Who won? We'll do that first.
Kresk 1168. Kresk, I know you're in here, buddy. Oh, Kresk.
I was gonna say the delay. Oh no, my damn screen's done locked up over here.
I got him right here.
Oh no,
he's
I
right
hit pause. Shit.
Hey, Kresk, shoot me an email address. I've got the box.
Here. I accidentally hit pause somehow or another on my damn laptop.
I've got the box, the pouch, the patch, everything. So all you got to do.
And congrats, Kresk. I was wondering why I was lost over here.
Absolutely, buddy. Congratulations, big time. And we're going to do our member giveaway too. So we'll have a little time to hang.
But no, what I was going to tell you is, and I guess I got a few clothes whore friends in the chat. Today, I found a shirt made by 316 and a shirt made by Double RL. And then a buddy of mine found a denim shirt made by Railcar Fine Goods and A2 deck jacket from the 60s.
Are those keepers or are those flippers?
For now, they're keepers because the 316 shirt retails for $2. The Double RL retails.
Thank you, buddy.
The Double RL shirt retails for $250. The denim, which I mean, so I'm going to keep them for now, because I mean I paid $3 for them.
Dude, that's amazing.
$500 worth of shirts.
All right.
I'm not very fancy, Kyle. So I don't know if Purple Label would work for me because that's his fancy shit. And I'm just a white trash, from Alabama. I mean, I have found a Purple Label shirt. I sold it for like $150. It was too small. I was just surprised the Double RL that I found fit, but it's a double extra large. I normally wear a large. If it's some of the Carhartt stuff, I wear a medium. It's just Dark Gravity Vintage instead of Dark Gravity EDC.
There's an S90V Damasteel Magnacore CKF Evo 4, one of the new ones. They want a lot for it. I'll look at these even though I'm not in the buying market now, just to see what's out there.
Hell, Kyle, list it yourself. It ain't hard to do. I mean, if you already have an eBay account, all you got to do is take pictures of it and click sell.
I know what I'm going to show y'all.
I mean, it really is that easy. I've been selling knives on there for 20 years. And other junk like that, just random shit here and there. But since I got access to a rag house,
I don't sell many things on eBay, but in this group, I want y'all to look at this knife. See that bitch? That folding shovel,
Yeah.
that PMP titanium M390 Beast. I will sell that for $350. 200 off what I paid for it. Well, I got 10% discount, so
But I
I
mean,
don't
that's
care.
the thing is,
So if
I
anybody's interested
suggest
in this, hit me up before I
I
put it on
suggest
that sale.
well, I mean, NAFCell, eBay. I mean, I suggest using them, because I mean, there's knives that I have that I wouldn't have if I wouldn't have sold other knives. I
Yeah,
mean, and knives, depending on the knife, obviously, a lot of knives sell quick if you're given a fair price. I mean, you can't go too low because people will start to think it's fake and will just keep moving.
no,
But
yeah, that's true. That's true. But I offered it
uh,
up on chat for 400 to a couple of people that reached out, and it was more than they had. So I figured I don't mind taking a loss on it.
well, I mean, sometimes it's liquidating things makes more sense than holding on to them.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
it's a great knife. It's fun. Like I said, I bought it and don't regret it because I appreciate the fact that somebody built this ridiculous thing. Dude, it
but
locks
see,
up so good.
that's
You-
where I have to really. I was talking to who was it? It was somebody the other day, and when it comes to keeping stuff, I have a rule. Stuff that I find, like I found those 2 shirts that I plan on keeping today. I have to get rid of 4 shirts to keep those 2. So I
So
have to
you
sell 4 to keep 2 because I got too much shit. I mean, that rule is only temporary until I get down to something way more reasonable.
It's
But
manageable.
right, it's more manageable. I mean, because I've accumulated so much stuff because I'm like, oh, this is cool, but I wear the same shit all the time, and that's what's ridiculous about it is that I I mean, I wear the same handful of pants, if not even a handful of pants. And when it
I
comes to
bet you don't
shirts, I
have a
wear
lot of shit that fits. I mean, I would think you've got to almost get a whole new wardrobe. Or do you just have older clothes that still fit?
no, I've probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 pairs of pants in there. This is not for sale. This is in my closet. I probably have 50 pairs of pants. Every one of them fit. And I probably have 100 shirts. Uh, every one of them fits. And I mean, when it comes to jackets, I probably got 40 jackets, 35 jackets. And I started this whole rule of if I keep one, I got to get rid of 2 first of the year. So I'm going on 2.5 months now. And that's what I'm probably down to is roughly somewhere in that neighborhood, about 300 different pieces of clothing in my closet. That's not counting socks and underwear. And I got a major sock problem. I don't have an underwear problem, but I got a sock problem.
Are they,
I'll
are they hard to move, or do you just pitch them when you're trying to weed down?
Socks you can't sell. Used socks you can't sell. Nobody buys used socks. Uh,
Yeah, I
and
didn't
even if
think
they
so.
did, yeah, there's no value to socks anyway because socks are such a cheap thing to buy. But now you can get good money for vintage underwear that's
Really?
new, not used. Yeah, yeah. Like if you got a pack of Calvin Kleins from the '80s, that's $100.
That hadn't been opened?
Yeah, if it hadn't been open. And
The Marky Mark 80s?
yep. And people know if it's old or not. The people that will buy that and pay that kind of money know what they're buying. It's not going to be somebody, you'll get 1,000 people that'll send you bullshit offers because they think it's Walmart underwear or shit you go buy at Ross. But then if you just hold on to it and wait for the real person to come along, somebody who's in the market for that will come and buy it. I mean, yeah, darn tough socks ain't cheap, but you can't I mean, you can sell them new and get good money for them. They still have that little cardboard slip on them. But and the same thing with Smart Wool, Darn Tough, whatever the one that start Wigwam or something like that. some of your
Yeah,
higher end
well,
brand stuff, you can make good money on. Uh, but I mean, they got to be new because people aren't going to wear people's used socks and and it be worth selling. I mean, somebody might give you $2 or $3 for them. Let's say I
that's
wear a
what I don't
uniform to
get
work.
when people are selling $30 knives on NAF sale because I know they're having to take a percentage of it. Then you got to ship it.
Yep. See, that's a pizza operator. I'm the same way. I have to wear a uniform to work. And so I don't need a whole lot of clothes, but I have a clothes problem. Uh, and most of the clothes that I have, not all of them, but most of them that I have are pretty, I don't want to say rare, but they're not stuff that you would normally find. Like my Carhartt shirts are all from the 80s. All of, except for the ones I wear to work. Like I've got a bunch of 80s button ups that are Carhartt. I've got Levi's shirts from the 70s. I've got vintage band T-shirts and baseball T-shirts. Like the shirt, I think I still have it on. Yeah, the shirt that I got on right now is a 1994 Atlanta Braves World Series T-shirt, all over print. Uh, it wraps all the way around the entire shirt. Uh, and then I mean my jeans are all pretty much just normal shit, except for I got some salvaged in them. But most of my jeans are just Levi's, Wrangler, Cinch. Uh, I mean, when you can buy something for, like I bought a $250 double RL shirt today for, like I said, $2.
That's just insane. I mean,
It, it,
you not buy it. It's less than a Red Bull.
yeah, and that's where it's like I find cool shit and I pay almost nothing for it, and it's just like, why not keep it? I mean, this is my favorite hat and I found it the same place, but it was brand new when I found it. This is all embroidered with a grizzly bear, mountains, and Alaska on it. Never been to Alaska,
But it's a real deal hat.
but I mean, it's not even from Alaska. I don't even know who the fuck made it. It ain't even got a tag in it. Oh yeah, the Alaska Shirt Company, but it's still made in China, probably. Yep, made in China. But I love this hat. This shirt I got on, the pants I got on, everything but my socks, underwear, and boots.
Let me show you the stupidest hat in the fucking world.
I probably paid a total of two, four,
Look at this
seven
goofy thing.
Devo knives.
Lefty loves his hat. He thinks it's the coolest style. I think it looks like a 13-year-old center fielder who never gets the ball hit to him. What the fuck? I look like Justin Bieber.
But I've got probably I've spent less than $10 on the clothes that I have on. Yeah, you do look like Justin Bieber now that you turned it sideways.
But you look damn good in your few clothes.
But that's where it's hard to get rid of it. I mean, is the fact that I find stuff like this and this top shirt is Timberland. That I got Levi's pants on. It's just crazy what you can find if you go looking for it.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. I think that's true. I think a lot of people, if you're into estate knives, there are places to go to find stuff like that. It's really whatever you're after if you research it enough.
All right, an example. And I missed it because it pisses me the fuck off because they do it in the middle of the week when I'm at work. There was an estate sale in South Huntsville either Tuesday or Wednesday. And just dozens and dozens of vintage case knives.
Just no telling how old and how well they've just been in a case probably for 100 years.
Oh, the pictures, they looked immaculate. They look brand new almost, or brand new. I mean, because they had pictures of a lot of them, and you figure it's just it's an estate sale. It's probably some older guy that's done passed away,
And kids are
and
trying to
so
give him stuff to sell the house.
yeah, and I mean, estate sales. If you can get the app is called estatesales.net, I think is what it is, or estatesales.com, and you can go find knives at estate sales all the time. Everyone I've ever been to, I found knives. You may not find fidget toys, but I mean, you can go find pocket knives, fixed blade knives. You can find tools.
The real deal.
Yeah, you can find all kind of stuff, and it's for peanuts compared to what it would cost you otherwise.
That's one of the big things is to go to estate sales, and he'll look for stuff like PAs and all kinds of different stuff, and he always makes out great. And he never tries to take advantage of people. It's just like they almost want him to take the stuff.
Well, it's about my wife wears it now. I found a 60s Wrangler ranch jacket. It's just a denim jacket with a Sherpa lining. It looks like what you would picture a fucking cowboy wearing, in some movie or something. They sold it to me for $1. I tried to give them $5. They wouldn't take it. And it's not, Wrangler doesn't carry the value that Levi's does. If it was a 60s Levi's, it would be hundreds of dollars. But it being Wrangler, I mean, it's probably $75 or $100 is all it's worth.
Right.
But, I tried to give them more money than what they wanted for it, but they were like, no, I ain't got no use for it. I just want it gone. And that was at a yard sale, and you run into that. I was at a yard sale and a guy bought a box full of Harley Davidson t-shirts for $20.
Jeff seems to have his best luck Friday mornings when they first kick off. Like when he'll get the paper and he'll kind of scope them out based on what part of town and what he thinks will be in the house. Like if it was a NASA guy, he does research like that. And they usually are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He goes, but if I don't get there Friday, I just pick through what's left over. So he finds it worthwhile to take Fridays off.
I guess I need to start getting the Huntsville paper then.
They publish them I think the paper now comes, what? Is it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? I think it's in the Friday paper. No,
it's Sunday. Sunday, but you can buy the Sunday paper again on Monday. And then Wednesday, Friday, or something like that.
Well, yeah, I would think you would want it in the Sunday paper, because I'm thinking, or maybe the Wednesday paper, because they might have to list them out for that weekend, right? So if it's Wednesday and they're doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's where you see them.
I just need to get both of them. Just tell my wife.
She gets all the papers. She still gets a subscription, and I'll tell her to tell me what issue it's in, because she keeps them all for crossword puzzles. I got to go visit her tomorrow and help her with her Instagram account.
But yeah, if they put more estate sales in the paper than what they do on that is which makes sense. But I mean, to me, that's hunting stuff has just become more fun, whether it's, I've always been more than just pocket knives when it comes to EDC,
right?
Like flashlights, doodads, just various different shit. It's more of a lifestyle thing for me than it is a single focus. Which you've talked about that before, because like one of the coolest things I found a solid brass belt buckle from the 80s.
You exemplify that. You can pull off that look, because you do have that authentic Americana look where I kind of just look like a weirdo, which I'm comfortable with that. I don't give a fuck. I just don't I don't think I could pull off the look with the authenticity that you do. And that's
the thing about dressing is you have to dress what fits your body. It doesn't matter what it is. Because most Americana was built to fit people your size, not mine.
Right.
Because guys back in the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, they were your size, not my size.
Correct.
So
we sized up.
They pulled that look off. You could pull it off too if you wanted to. But the thing is it's to do you. Do your style. You know, I don't necessarily do Americana. I wear the same thing I wear the same thing now I did in the 80s.
Yeah, but it's a look. I mean, I'm sure people comment on Instagram, but you've got a distinct look. I mean, you have a marketable look.
I just get bored, and every now and then, because I feel like I'm supposed to do something on Instagram, but I also feel embarrassed to do shit on Instagram because I suck at taking pictures compared to a lot of the shit that I see other people take.
Dude, and it goes back to it's not the necessary quality. No effect, Lord Needham. The quality helps, but it's the content.
Well, see, I see people
first showed up at GP, and then they showed up at here at White Mountain Knives, but they're Mech Force. I've never heard of Ben Crime. It sounds familiar, but it's a little.
I've heard of Mech Force.
It's a little fixed blade Magna Cut, 2.24 inch blade, 5.12 inch overall length. Perfect size for me.
You've never heard of Mech Force?
I get them confused with what was that company that that Lefty was fucking around with the Shadow Rangers? MTech. I get them confused.
MTech, yeah. No, Mech Force has been around a while. I don't know how long, but I know they've been around a while.
But all of these, they've got carbon fiber, they've got an Ultim one and a G10, and they're all the same price. I kind of like the Ultim.
I'm fixing to piss everybody off. I fucking hate Ultim.
Let me show you something that a lot of people don't realize.
I don't care what it is. I don't care how tough it is. It's fucking ugly.
Yeah, but look at this. Tell me if this looks like Ultim to you.
It looks like freaking plastic. No, that doesn't look like Ultim, and I actually like that.
That's black Ultim.
But that stupid plastic that everybody's putting on there.
GT looking?
Yeah. And then charging 3 times the amount of money, and I'm like, it just looks like cheap plastic to me.
I was hoping Jason was going to jump on. Have you seen the scales he did last week? Let me show you something real quick.
Actually, Kyle, I got a pair of polo pants that I got the other day. I didn't realize what size they were. They're like a size 14. I figured John could wear them.
14? Hey, I love my Benchmade, man. I wear that thing daily. I even got a compliment from the guy last night at the gas station. All right, so check this handle out. Tell me if this isn't weird. Let me get down to it. Where is that motherfucker?
Damn, Space Ghost really feels bad about Ultim.
Is he not a fan?
Apparently not. He says it looks like dog puke on a new couch.
And that's kind of accurate. So check this out. And this is only one of them. I'm going to show you another one after this. Tell me if you know what this scale material is.
That's what I was going to say, is that it just looks like yellow plastic, the Ultim. You know, and I'm like, why is this such a rave? Right? You know, why is everybody so excited? Ooh, Ultim, Ultim, Ultim. Oh, $150 for a fucking Ultim pen. I'm like, I'm going to buy a plastic pen at Walmart for $1.
See that one on the bottom?
Tell your son happy birthday, Josh. I didn't realize that.
Happy birthday, Josh, son. See those scales? Those are circuit boards.
I'm not the best person to have around when your son's around. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if that sounded bad. I'm not the best person for your son to listen to.
Check that out.
See, it just
done with 600 grit.
It's not my gig, but it's
Get a
different.
wet dry sandpaper. But yeah, this one's finished. It's 180.
He's just used weird shit.
yeah, and I mean
When I play a dope
that's
melody, anything less than the best.
that's the great thing about it is everybody. It's okay for everybody to like different stuff.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
exactly. That's what
I
makes
mean,
it fun.
yeah, I mean that's now that like he did the Ultim with the computer chip. That's kind of cool. Uh, it's. I mean, that's the great thing about it is just because I don't like Ultim doesn't mean you shouldn't like it.
I like that little guy too. But I just think he's come a long way. I mean, he's doing these little kookaries now. Where is it? These things, Kardashian. Is that called what's it called? Kardashian or mini coffin knife?
No, it's Kiradashi.
Kiridashi.
Well, I'm glad y'all got to see each other, Josh.
And he was telling me, you know who Keenison is?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, one of the coolest. Well, Jason and him have been talking, and he learned how to do these scaled finishes just by wrapping these blanks double wrapped in aluminum foil before he heat treats them.
Yeah.
Now he can sand it off, but I mean he's so early in what he's learning to do. But I think he's just doing an amazing job. I'm a fan, but he didn't come on tonight, slacker. That looks razorly to me. But this Keenison, did you see my video on that semen knife? That custom that Jeff got?
I don't. You've been putting out a lot of videos lately. I can't even keep up.
Dude, I do one a day, and I thought I was going to have two. I moved disassembly back.
No. Well, I guess it's because you do the shorts, and it ends up getting buried.
Yes. Yeah, the shorts, I do about 14 a day or 12 a day, but they dropped off.
That's what happens is. That's what it is. You keep burying your own videos by doing that. Your actual videos.
Yeah. And I've heard some bad things about shorts, but when I was doing them, like up until 3 weeks ago, I would post 5 to 7 shorts a day, 15 seconds of me just unsheathing a knife. And they would average 3,500 to 10,000 views. Every single one.
Well, that's because the way shorts work.
Well, now, for the last 2 weeks, I had one hit 7,500 and none of the others have crossed 400.
Yeah.
But my full length have crossed 1,000, but this is a beautiful knife.
But that's like I said, I know with mine what ends up happening, and it's I don't just follow you. I mean, like Jared seems like he's putting out 2 or 3 videos a day now.
Jared puts out a ton of content. He's putting out a lot of knife content, but think about it.
I know, but
a lot of knives to make content with.
No, I'm just saying that people like him bury your stuff. I mean, I follow so many people that it ends up burying stuff by because when I'm at work, I can't watch.
Right.
And so a lot of times, it just ends up getting buried because there's times I'll go pick my phone up and I'll have like 10 or 15 videos that's done popped up on my phone. And it's like, they just slowly, once the next video comes up, one of the earlier ones drops off and it just cycles through that way.
Check this out. And I'll show you a video here in a sec. But this guy makes these in Jackson, Tennessee.
Yeah, you showed them to me last week. I've seen him. I follow him on Instagram.
And then I did, and I never know how to do a review on something that I'm not going to hard use. But what was funny is Jeff didn't tell me I could cut with it. But I cut with it anyway because I said he doesn't watch my shit. And he watched my shit.
Who?
Jeff. It's Jeff's knife.
Oh, Jeff don't watch anybody.
No, but this
He has to watch something because that's the only way he finds the knives that he does. I don't know.
He's big into Recon 1, nacelle, and he's on several boards. But this is how it comes. It doesn't come in a box.
There's
Get into it. And then it comes in a little pouch. But what this guy does is he mentions, and I know we've talked about this before, but he tags Spyderco and all the ones with holes and says he's a maker who licenses. And it doesn't feel like any size Spyderco in my collection. I tried to compare it with everything from a Pair 2 to a Sage 5.
all it is Spyderco has trademarked the circle.
The round?
Yeah, the round. If it's, I don't know if it has to do with the size or if it's just a round hole in the blade. I don't know. But I know they have
the blue
trademarked that.
standoffs.
Huh?
I don't understand why they use these blue standoffs. Because they mill out these speed holes. It seems like they should have done something satin there, but what do I know? But
people like blue titanium shit.
Yeah, but you think you'd want to touch on your pivot or maybe do the high polished areas on your cutouts and blue, something to tie it together. But that grind to me is just sick. I've never seen a CNC grind at an angle like that. And dude, that thing slides paper. Let me get to it.
So he can.
Now I didn't understand the sharpening choil. It looked just like my Spyderco when I held it up to it. Would that be problematic?
No, the sharpening tool part's irrelevant. It's the hole. That's all that matters to Spyderco.
No, I'm just saying, would that sharpening choil be problematic? I would guess on a custom knife, you're not going to be sharpening the shit out of it.
Some people would, but 99% wouldn't. I mean, most people who have a custom like that, it's just pocket jewelry. I mean, you do have folks that'll use them. I mean, you got folks like, Scotch and Things that uses $2,000 Striders to
cut bands off a fucking grain.
Yeah.
I sent him a message too. I don't know if he's in town, but that thing, you don't hear the ridges. If I had the sound off, it just feels like it's separating the paper. You don't feel any of that resistance, which I thought you would.
But I mean, that's like me. I use this Tabenda that my wife got me to split the wire on a battery cable.
It's a small knife, and I'm afraid it's going to be too small for A to Z, and I'm not in a position where I can buy it. But it's a gorgeous little knife.
Well, and that's the thing is, not all of them small are meant to be yours.
No, you're exactly right, and you can't get them all. This is another one A to Z
Well,
guy.
And the thing is with that is, I mean, if you bought every knife that you handle that you're like, man, this is a nice little knife, then you would end up in worse shape than what you are. And that's where you have to make a choice of, you buy that knife, but sell two of them.
What must it be like to be like Jason Momoa or Joe Rogan, who carries, and he carries a Benchmade, what's it called? Gold class bug out. But he's a knife guy, allegedly. And I know Jason Momoa buys customs. And I wonder if you're making $20 million a feature, if it makes your knife buying that much more fun, or if it just takes the sting away from it.
All it is it's probably the same rush. He's just getting his rush at a different level.
True.
Yeah. But he's not feeling any more joy. Actually, he's probably feeling less than the guy that works towards buying that, $250 knife. The guy buying the $250 knife, probably, that saved up for it, you know,
Appreciate
put five,
it more.
appreciates it more, because to Jason Momoa, with the amount of money that he makes from movies, spending $2,000 on a knife is like you know, me or you spending $20 on a knife.
Or
You
going
know,
out on coffee for each other.
I don't know what his net worth is, but that's the thing a lot of people don't realize, is that for somebody like Bill Gates, you know, buying a $100,000 Mercedes is like us buying a $50,
More
you
like a
know,
candy bar, dude. When you look at billions, I don't think we can really figure that out. It's
your mind can't wrap around it. No.
so Jason Momoa's net worth is only 40 million.
Oh, well, that's, I mean,
I say only 40 million because you know what I learned today? You know who's worth $1.7 billion?
who?
Kim motherfucking Kardashian. Not the Kardashian family. They had all their net worths. But Kim has parlayed her sex tape and her hard work ethic, for whatever you want to call that, to 1.7 billion.
Well, her worth is based off of her affiliation with various things. So that's the thing is there's differences in value. And for whatever reason, Kim Kardashian's value is the fact that people buy shit that she promotes. And so
she does not care if she fucks her fans because she's done crypto pump and dump. She's done shady products. She doesn't care. She'll take anybody's money.
yeah, well, that's the way, because she knows it can be cut off. And her net worth is not necessarily her cash value.
No, her net worth is best situation if we were able to liquidate everything
She would
when everything's
probably,
coming up. And I can tell you that she's probably got a lot of holdings in LA that have fucking depreciated.
well, no, she's probably, you know, out of that 1.7 billion, because they said something about one of her sisters. I don't remember if it's Kylie or Kendall. I think it was
60
Kylie.
million. 60 million
But
was the next closest.
But even like with Kanye, when he lost his deal with Adidas for a little bit, his value, his net worth, because the net worth is what you, when they do that, it's potential money as much as it is actual money.
Exactly. It's your holdings. It's your real estate. It's all your investments. It doesn't have to be liquefiable.
It's what a lot of it is what your name is worth.
Your brand, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to know about brand appreciation, Google Puff Daddy.
Right.
I don't think you can fuck your brand harder than that.
You know, but
that just shows that karma is such a beautiful thing.
Well, and see, that's the thing is so many of those people know that they're billionaires today and may not be tomorrow. And that happens with a lot of them. I mean, that happens with a lot of people in Hollywood. I mean, Nicolas Cage at one time was the highest paid actor and the wealthiest actor in Hollywood. And now he took
taxes for 14 years, so he fucked himself in a way. But he had bad advice. He had bad advice and got in a big debt.
But the thing is, well, no, he also got into debt because he was buying ridiculous things like Superman #1, Batman #1, X-Men #1, you know, 52 Tops, Mickey Mantle, Ty Cobb, Cy Young, baseball cards. You know, he was buying.
The worst are these YouTube streamers that are making all these $40,000 a week buying shit that's just insane, and their life expectancy is 3 years tops. So you really got to think about how you put that shit back and build your brand into something that you can go forward with.
But the thing is most of them make their money off of being absolute dumbasses. You know, Kim Kardashian's a dumbass, but they make theirs off of, well, actually, she's brilliant because she slobbed a knob and now she's worth $1 billion.
Yeah, she did it through,
you know,
leveraging her infamy, but still working hard to create shit people wanted. Whether she got help with that or not, that's probably indisputable. But
But
the
everybody their fame and fortune can go away. And so,
yeah, but the weird thing about billionaires, because there's so few of them. I mean, you can count probably more than 100, but my understanding is you couldn't even count to a billion. So, like a million, you could spend a million now. I mean, you and I would probably have a hard time because we don't spend like that. But
I
is
know
it
I
a
can spend
million? Is a
$1 million.
billion? A billion is a million, right? Or is it 1,000 million? I think it's a million.
No, um, you're making me do math in my head.
I think it's 1,000
Um,
million.
it's 1,000 million.
So 1 billion. So if you have 500 million, that makes sense. 500 million is half a billion. So 1,000 million. So if you put that in the goddamn bank, which nobody wants to put their money in the bank now, but I don't see how, even if you lived a very crazy lifestyle, that you could burn through that type of wealth. That's generational. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
because literally just by letting it in a checking account or 4 checking accounts build the most minimal interest, you're talking about huge returns on such a big amount of money. And with
It's 20.
billions, you can go do so much more stuff with it, like buy influence,
Well,
which is
if
scary.
you put $1 billion in the bank, you're going to make about $25 million a year on base interest.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah,
You
and
know, and
you're right that people can still go broke. I mean, but you've also got the stories of the people like 50 Cent, who everybody would have thought he went broke, but he invested in vitamin water and then sold it to Coke for half a fucking billion. And now he's just a business dude. He doesn't even really rap.
no, and that's, I mean, that's the thing. Most of the people you find
Yeah,
that have
environmental
money
value.
invest in things and cash out, invest in things, cash out, invest in things and cash out.
Right,
Uh,
because with that kind of purchasing power, you can move markets.
yeah.
You can pump and dump without anybody else influencing it because you're moving so many
Well,
shares.
I mean, I'm doing it on a very small, very, very small scale. Uh, with me reselling stuff because I buy it for, like today, I spent $20 and I'll probably make, out of what I bought, I'll probably make $300,
Crispy. Did you
and I mean, that's what they do is
did
they
you see
take their,
Maddie's live the other night where he pulled up his crypto wallet? I think late last year he spent like $28 and bought some Dogecoin. Because
no, I didn't.
you can buy it on your PayPal app. So you can go in and say, I want to
Yeah,
put $20 here, $20 there. Well, he looked at it on the live and it's been getting killed and it's now on an uptick. It's
yeah,
worth $538
yeah.
if he cashed it now.
Well,
So, and I know
that's
a guy,
the first purchase with Bitcoin was a pizza in Miami, Florida.
and I got a buddy named
And
Andrew
if
who
that
lives in
guy
North
was,
Carolina. He bought a PlayStation with 2 Bitcoin back in the day, which if he had those 2 Bitcoin now, they'd be worth what, 60 grand?
oh, I don't know.
I think
They
they're
said,
30.
yeah,
They're trading around 30, I think, 27 or 30 a Bitcoin, thousand. But
but
yeah, he said they used to buy them to buy stuff like, some not legal probably stuff, but also like PlayStations and shit like that.
yeah,
But it's wild to see what unrest does to that market. Or is it just billionaires and influences manipulating the shit out of it because there's so little oversight?
well, from what I understand, if you take people in the upper echelon, if they move any kind of money then it affects the market on a global level.
Mm-hmm.
So, like if you take Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett, if he makes a major purchase of anything, it moves the entire stock market for the planet.
Oh, he's disabled fucking economies with his
Right.
moves. Yeah.
You know, and that's the Jewish dude that everybody hates because he's
Are they really 70K now? They've doubled?
Oh.
Hold on. Go ahead, buddy. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, that's George Soros. You know, he's the same. He does the same thing, and he even admits it. And I don't forgot. I think it was a Senate or Congress or something like that, where he was testifying, and he was talking about how people like him and in his situation, they, you know, he was the one talking about it.
Holy shit, kids. Buy the dips. Look at this. It was 35 last year. So if you go back 5 years, that is some fucking crazy shit right there. I was going to get in about there and was glad I didn't when all this happened. But then all you got to do, they say the only person that gets hurt on a roller coaster is the one that gets off. But yeah, it's something I've never really felt comfortable with because I don't understand it. Let's see what Doge is doing. Yeah, see, this is Maddie's where he was getting hammered. And even though the 5-day looks shitty, if you look at the 1 year or the 6 months, that's pretty impressive. But anyway, enough of John's. Next week we'll do NFTs, non-fungible tokens. I think that's the better way for a good money grab.
Well, I'm fixing to get ready to go to bed, Mr. John.
Buddy, I'm going to have to break it off too. But first, real quick, I'm going to, and you can jump off, bud. I'm going to do this quick giveaway. I'm going to share the screen with the well, first I'm going to share the random number generator. Make sure everybody can see that. Because that's 2 through 99. Then I'm going to show, let's see, screen, present, share screen. And where is that fucking document? There it is. All right, share screen. I don't know why this slows me down so much when I try to do this. Let's go. Boom. All right, so guys, what I'm going to do is, whoops. Let me get to my window where I can make sure I'm showing y'all what I'm trying to show you. All right, so what I've got here is I have got all the members through tonight, and we start number 2 down to number 99. So what I did is just put my random number generator. Let me stop sharing. 2 through 99. I'm going to generate a number after I share it, and then we're going to go match it. How's that sound? Sweet. All right, guys. Good luck. Sorry I didn't put a video out this week on this giveaway, but this way everybody gets in. So good luck. 83, a large number. All right, let's go. Stop sharing. Pull this up. Let's share this. And let's see who won. Uh-oh. Here we go. All right, guys. Good luck. What was our number again?
83.
I've got it right here. Let me look. Random number generator 83. You are correct, sir. I should never have doubted you. Can y'all see the screen? Can
It
you
don't
see
benefit me to lie to you, so
Can you see the spreadsheet?
yeah.
Okay. Guess who won?
Who?
Dang Ross. Dang Ross is tonight's member giveaway winner.
Congratulations, Mr. Ross. I don't even know if you're in here tonight.
He didn't have to be. I'll find him.
Oh, I know you don't have to be. I hadn't noticed him.
I can't even spell.
I hadn't noticed him chime in yet, so
Hopefully he's out doing something fun. I think I'm the only one that sits around on the weekends. All right, guys. What time is it? 10:50. All right,
Yep.
guys. I think I'm going to break out too. I love each and every one of you. I will probably, and I'll reach out to you to see if you're available, buddy. But I think Pocket Metal's off again this Monday, so I may be doing a Metal Mondays light. But I'll let y'all know the community tab, and I will see y'all the rest of the weekend on live streams. You got anything to share, brother?
Good night, everybody.
I'm stoked to run over to Atlanta with you if we can do that. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah,
All right,
yeah.
guys.
I'll make sure I'm free that weekend. They'll just have to get over it at work if they want to try to screw it up.
Well, kids, look out for the guy. Exactly, El Cap Addict. Look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. And always choose debate, not hate. See you guys Monday. Before then, love y'all. Peace.